Here we are, Drone Hypnotics, Kelby and Courtney in Fort Bragg, California.
Come explore with us along the wild Mendocino Coast. We're diving into the Noyo River and its bay system, hiking the dramatic cliffs of Pomo Bluffs Park, digging into Headlands Park erosion and its raw history, casting off the jetties, and grabbing some crispy lingcod fish and chips straight from Noyo Fish Company. Make sure you stick around for the end, where you'll see someone at Glass Beach reeling in a lingcod monster right off the cliffs.
If you're new to the channel, welcome to Drone Hypnotics. I'm Kelby.
I'm Courtney.
We're a married adventure duo who ditched our 9-to-5 jobs. Now we explore the U.S. in our off-grid travel trailer, exploring by drone and boat to uncover the raw truth and stunning beauty out there. Join the journey, subscribe, and come explore with us.
Noyo Headlands Park in Fort Bragg, California is a scenic coastal park on former industrial land from a Georgia Pacific mill site. It features a paved section of the California Coastal Trail with stunning ocean views, bluffs, and wildlife spotting opportunities. Skip's Punch Bowl is a fascinating geological formation in the park. It's a literal sinkhole formed by marine erosion. Kelby's going to tell you a little bit more on how Skip's Punch Bowl was formed.
Skip's Punch Bowl was formed by waves eroding a sea cave into the coastal cliffs over time. A small hole developed in the cave's roof. Crashing waves forced water up through the hole, enlarging it into a blowhole. Eventually, the cave roof collapsed, creating the open sinkholes visible today. This natural process of erosion and collapse is typical for literal sinkholes along the rocky coastlines. The feature is named after a local geologist named Skip.
After wrapping up our incredible hike and views at Noyo Headlands Park, we hopped back into the truck and towed our ATC toy hauler travel trailer just a short drive south down Highway 1 to the Noyo Harbor.
It was really cool. We actually got to just set the trailer up right there in the parking lot in a spot right on the side of the harbor, so we can actually set up, camp for the day, hang out, fish right there. We will say, driving that trailer through downtown, it is tight and it's small. We wouldn't recommend it unless you have some experience pulling these type of trailers. Our trailer's 25 foot long. We really wouldn't recommend anything longer than that, as it's really tight going through town. But with some experience pulling trailers, it's really not that big of a deal.
Our first stop was the Noyo Fishing Center, where we picked up some frozen squid. And our second stop was the Noyo Fishing Company, where we had to try the local recommendation of the fish and chips, and it was by far the best lingcod I think I've ever had in my life. Joey here was enjoying it quite a bit as well.
Fishing center was really good. Courtney was dead set on catching some fish out here, and the guy working the stand, he could tell. And so he did provide his time and attention and gave us some really good tips on what to do out there. And the fish and chips was absolutely bomb. We were really enjoying this place so far.
We were honestly surprised at how much of a hotspot Fort Bragg was, and as much wildlife as we saw. As you see here, there's this otter that we're going up and down the jetties, and it was just really, really cool.
We were traveling from Northern California and we came out of Oregon. It was a lot darker, a lot of rain. So when we emerged in Fort Bragg, it was like we emerged into this just beautiful, sunny, happy place. People were cheering, hollering with the boats coming in and out. It really did feel like we were in some kind of strange dream. We set out in mission of catching some California fish. We're both two Texas fishermen. We're not used to anything like this, but Courtney was the one who was dead set. She had the idea, she got the information, and we were after some rockfish.
After several hours of fishing, I finally caught up on a small little greenling. I had caught a couple of other small crabs. The local fishermen that were nearby, they were catching crabs, but we didn't see anybody else catching up on anything too big that day.
Courtney's determination paid off and we got our first California fish. We ended up throwing the fish back. We didn't know the bag limits. We asked somebody next to us, they didn't know either. Turns out we could have kept the fish if we wanted to, but we just didn't know at the time.
So after the fact, we did a little bit of research about the kelp greenlings and the rock greenling limits in California as of 2025. Fort Bragg is in the Mendocino groundfish management area, and it shares similar rules with the northern area for most groundfish. Greenlings, kelp, and rock are part of the Rockfish complex. Daily bag and possession limits are up to 10 greenlings, combined kelp and rock as a part of the overall 10 fish RCG complex limit. Minimum size limit is none. It was eliminated starting in January 1st of 2025, and it aligns with the federal rules. For filleting, greenlings may be filleted at sea, but the fillets must have the entire skin attached when possessed on board a vessel or brought ashore. As always, when fishing in California, we know there's a ton of rules and regulations, so just make sure you stay up to date, just depending on what date it is that you're out there fishing.
Something worth mentioning about this area is the Noyo River Bridge. It was built in 2005 to replace the old steel truss style bridge that was built in 1948. The old bridge wasn't safe for big earthquakes, so they replaced it with this one. Fort Bragg sits right near the Mendocino Triple Junction, where three huge tectonic plates meet. It made this upgrade to the bridge necessary to keep it safe for tourists and locals in the area. One thing we do want to share on this video is our 2025 ATC PLA 450 model travel trailer. This thing has made this trip excellent for us. As you can see here, we can pull up. There's multiple spots here in Fort Bragg. There was sprinter vans, there was camper vans, but this is what we call our mobile command center, our ATC. We have 4 200-watt solar panels on the roof. We have a 3,000-watt inverter. It's all integrated into the Firefly display on this system. We are going to put out a video on this trailer because I know we've gotten a lot of interest in it. But for the time being, I just wanted to share that if you do have a little rig like this is just an excellent place to pull it for the day. We enjoy watching the waves, the cliffs. We love fishing off the edge there. We just got to spend the day there, enjoy our fish and chips. It was a really pleasant place. As you can see, it was a beautiful day in California, and we highly recommend y'all come check out Fort Bragg.
We ended up staying at the Harbor RV Park. The site that we pulled into was a partial hookup. It had water and electric for $42 a night. This ended up being our view as we were right on the edge and had oceanfront views, which was so awesome. It also bordered the Pomo Bluffs Park where we could access the trails and never have to leave the RV park.
Pomo Bluffs Park was awesome for me. I have a one wheel. I love traveling on that thing. This is a long stretch right along the coast. You get to see the shoreline, all the wildlife, the seals. You can go all the way across the big bridge to the Noyo Bridge to the other side where the sinkhole is. Just an excellent place for a morning jog, a walk. We saw all kinds of people coming up and down the road. That's one thing if you are camping right next to the path. There are people traveling up and down, but everyone we met in the area was really friendly, and this just seemed to be a really sweet spot.
This 25-acre park was opened in April of 2006, totaling around $2.2 million for acquisition and construction. It was named to honor the northern Pomo people who lived along this coast for thousands of years, up to 10,000 in the broader Mendocino area. They were hunter-gatherers with a close tie to the sea and land, building seasonal villages and harvesting from abundant resources like salmon, acorns, and abalone. The cliff erosion are actively shaping the coast. Waves crash at the base, undercutting the soft, sedimentary rock while rain and wind speed things up. It's classic Mendocino coastal erosion, sea stacks visible offshore, and remnants of eroded headlands. And undersea undercutting make edges unstable. It's recommended to stay on the trails at all times.
Zooming in on the wild rock formations at Pomo Bluffs Park, The bluffs and offshore features here are classic Mendocino Coast built from the Phoenician complex, a chaotic jumble of ancient sedimentary rocks like gray wax sandstone, shale, and chert, all scraped together and uplifted during the subduction zones millions of years ago. Waves smash the base, undercutting the softer layers and carving out those dramatic sea stacks you see poking up from the ocean. The tough bedrock leftovers after surrounding bluffs erode away. It's an ever-changing coastline, with steep cliffs dropping to rocky points and constant retreat from storms and rising seas. Super rugged and beautiful. From all the trail benches, the views of these formations framing Noyo Harbor are insane.
We were so excited to stumble across the California state slug, the banana slug, on our way back. It is North America's largest land slug, growing up to 10 inches long, bright yellow like a banana, but it can also be green, brown, white, or spotted.
This was a great way to end our stay at Harbor RV Park. We really enjoyed it here. The views, the scenery was just epic. So we highly recommend it. Y'all gotta check this place out. It was like a cheat code in life to be able to pull up to this area on the side of this coast and just fly our drone around, enjoy this view, put together this content. Really fun stuff.
We had to make just one more stop before leaving Fort Bragg, and that was at Glass Beach. In 1906, locals used this coastline as an official ocean dump site. Residents tossed everything over the cliffs: household garbage, glass bottles, appliances, even old cars and trucks. The dumping stopped in 1967 when the California State Water Resources Control Board closed it due to environmental concerns. Over the decades, the pounding waves broke down biodegradable and metal trash, but the glass tumbled and smoothed into those colorful jewel-like pebbles: brown, green, clear, and rare blues and reds from old bottles and pottery. Nature literally turned trash into treasures. Although we didn't see any when we were out there, we did see this local catch up on a monster lingcod. They have really sharp teeth and colors from brown, gray to bright blue and green, especially the males during spawn. They can grow huge, up to 5 feet and up to 80 pounds in Alaska, but Fort Bragg beasts often hit 20 to 40 pounds, with charters regularly boating in 30-pounders.
Alright everyone, that's a wrap for our Fort Bragg video. What an incredible stretch on the Mendocino Coast, from hiking the bluffs at Noyo Headlands and Pomo Bluffs, to chasing the lingcods off the jetties and devouring fresh fish and chips from the Noyo Harbor, crossing that epic seismic bridge, spotting banana slugs, to marveling at the sea glass miracle on Glass Beach. This place has it all: raw nature, cool history, and total off-grid freedom with a toy hauler.
If you enjoyed coming along and you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications, and drop a like so we can keep bringing you more of these real adventures from the road. We're going to be dropping Lake Powell next, and you are not going to want to miss that.
See you in the next one.